Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, and today I will be telling you guys my coding story. Let's go. Yes, black girls do code. It's a thing. Get it right. Wink. Okay, let's go guys. So it all starts off with me in Zimbabwe, born and raised in Bulawayo. I went to an all-girls school, so Dominican convent, and our uniform had dots. Got to have the spots on. So at the time at the school, no, I had straightened hair. That's why I had to change my hair. I was really mainly into singing. I did choir, I sang, and everybody loved it. So pretty much that was my elementary school or primary school. Then we got to a point where I started playing video games, and I was just so in love with it. All I ever did was just play video games, Street Fighter, all the old games. I loved this. Absolute love. So I guess we could say that's the beginning of me on computers. And then it moves on. In school we had two choices. It was either I could do art or do IT. I really wanted to do art, but at the time my art teacher didn't want me in her class. Who knows why? So I ended up in the IT class, which, wasn't really happy about in the beginning, but as time went on, it actually turned out to be really, really fun. And check the thing at the back, those old computers, that's what we used to use. At the time, had the games, that was pretty fun, and we used Microsoft Excel, but the game still got me. So, moving on, as we continued, we started doing Microsoft Excel, and with Excel you could do calculations. I loved that, and I was just like, imagine what else I could do. So at the time, Zimbabwe's inflation was starting to get out of hand. It was just rising, so we had to leave because things were just getting unlivable. So Mom and I picked up and moved over to Lesotho. Just me and her. Literally in 2 weeks, everything was picked up and moved because she got a job over there, and we had to get out. So, complete change of life. I was the new girl in the school. We had checked uniform this time. Everyone was nice, I have to say, or for the most part. And I actually got to do art there, which was absolutely amazing because I loved my teacher and she thought I was amazing too. But you know what? Here comes the best part. I didn't just only get to do art, I could also do IT. I didn't have to choose between the two. So that gave me the opportunity to do both, and that was really fun. I was really happy about that. We got to use, it seems like really basic programs, but we got to use Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, and do all this really cool stuff with it, but it was just, not all that. And then one day, this event actually makes a lot more sense now in my life. I met the first computer scientist I've ever met in my life, but it didn't make sense. She told us that she was a CAS major, and I asked her, what the heck is that? She explained, but it was all, meh. Didn't really make that much sense to me, because at the time, I was really, really, really into sports. I played basketball, and I liked that. I really also loved that, had everybody cheering for me, nah, outside, nah, outside, nah, outside. That was pretty fun. And I also ran track. That's something that I also really, really enjoyed doing. I love sports a lot, so same gig, nah, outside, nah, outside, nah, outside. So then, the PlayStation 2 comes into link. My cousin gave me a PlayStation 2, and this is where, a blur of my life with gaming. Part of the reason why I mostly don't game, because my friend and I spent that summer playing games. Oh, and by the way, we've picked up now. We have flat screen TVs. My friend and I just spent that summer playing games, and me and her are both in computer science now. Wonder why. That was really fun. Until, spent all our time pretty much day after day. It was all time spent. That's meant to be a clock, by the way. And by the end of the summer, my mom was not happy about that. I got us shouting, and I wasn't kind of happy about it. Spent my whole summer on that. What did I do? I put away my PlayStation. No. I didn't throw it in the trash. Wasn't going that far. Put it away into storage, and I later on gave that away. But that was me giving up games for good in my life. I don't play games to this day. And so we move on to high school, where I met JK, who's a really, really cool teacher that, taught me 4 years, and he actually got me onto IT and made me realize that, maybe this is a cool field. And he started and introduced a new thing to me, which was coding because he wanted to make sure that we were very creative and we pushed ourselves to the limit. So we all started coding. We coded. I really enjoyed this. Sorry, I got lost for a second because I could create stuff and I didn't have the option before that, but coding allowed me to do that. Started off with SQL, inserting all that stuff. That was pretty fun because my first project was a database that was a registration system for the school for my IGCSE, and that helped me get an A+, which was even better because I got those grades. Moving on, I had to choose between IT and art because both of them took up a lot of time and I couldn't have both. I enjoyed both of them though, but what that resulted in was I didn't get that much sleep. So when IB came, I had to give up one because I couldn't have one. I was really miserable at the time. So art ended up having to go because IT was where the money was. So I was pretty much sold because, we got the chance to code, but then there was also that 50-50 because I was missing out on taking my art. But we're coding. That's pretty cool. That's what I thought. So for IB then my subjects ended up changing. I had to end up dropping art. So for my baccalaureate I had to pick 6 subjects and I picked physics, business, English literature. Yeah, not just lit. It was pretty lit though. French, and mathematics. Gotta get those graphs in, and IT. So IT instead of art at higher level though. So the big deal was nobody had ever gotten a 7 in ITGS higher level, and that's what I wanted to get. So the challenge was accepted. I was ready for war. Part of what I also had to do was I had to code and to make sure that I get that 7 in IT. So there we began, and I had JK of course to help, and he wanted to get us to start it on coding, which is something that was pretty exciting. Our class had more boys than girls, of course, as usual, it's expected. I'm not really sure which sign works out, but I was in his class and that was a check. Everything worked out perfect. Thank gosh it worked out. I got my degree, graduated with my 7 in IT, but I was officially done with anything to do with computer science because I spent pretty much my year with no sleep. I was just like, heck no, definitely not going into this field. It's absolutely ridiculous. So graduated, had my degree, and was ready to start sending applications out, and I decided I was going to do finance. Unfortunately, I couldn't go because of having no money. This made me really sad because I had a degree and I'd done everything right, but no money. That was the only thing. So we ended up moving from Lesotho to Malawi again, with me following behind, pretty sad because I was supposed to be starting off college. So I get to Malawi and I meet one of my mom's co-workers who's in the IT department, and he's like, well, you've done pretty well in the subject, why don't you come along and help? And I am like, no, teaching, no, I am done with that life, no. But eventually he manages to convince me, and I end up finding myself helping teach classes and actually end up teaching some IT classes. It starts getting pretty cool because all the kids there are calling me Miss Nadia, and they're not that bad. It was pretty cool, and I start realizing why I enjoy it. So it becomes a thing. As time goes on, he starts trying to convince me to go change my major and pursue computer science. By the way, I was on Team Natural then, cut off all the relaxed hair and went natural. So I'm like, no, we are done with this subject, no. But eventually he convinces me to start doing researching a computer science degree, and it turns out I actually like this. I get to code, and I get to also use my creativity and try out a lot of different stuff, and this was a pretty versatile field, so turns out maybe I could actually turn this into something. I also get the chance to meet this computer scientist who was traveling around Africa making bank payroll systems, and he sells me on it. I'm like, yes! Plus you also get the moolah. Of course I'm gonna want to do this. It sounded really cool and really excited. I thought, maybe I should venture off into this, start getting in, doing my research, and I start sending, applications with CS. It turns out, okay, maybe this is a thing. Let's do this, I think. So at work, we're now venturing into a coding club, also starting that, and I'm getting to code a lot more. This turns out to be so much fun, and I'm also starting to enjoy coding. The kids love it too, so that was perfect. So college application decisions come back, and this time I have to choose between GSU and the New College of Florida, which had both offered me moolah, so I can actually afford to pay for those scholarships and go to school. And this time I had a decision. End up going with Georgia State, of course, and I leave Malawi off to Atlanta. So it's a sad goodbye, venturing out on my own. Like, bye, mom. Oh, there's mom, gotta add a few little tears losing her only daughter. But bye-bye, off I go to start off in Atlanta. So yeah, that's my life now. I code Messias major, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Gotta add the natural hair first. Yes, Java, C, all the rest of that stuff. Yeah, by the way, I'm a computer scientist now. Oh yeah, just to add on, I'm also a Google Scholar, so they help pay for my fees too, which I really appreciate. Basically, just explain that I'm a Google and YouTube Award Women Take Maker Scholar, and basically this is for women who have a passion for getting other women, basically from, minority backgrounds into computer science and all of that. And if you watch my videos, you know that is something I'm really passionate about. There's a video where I explain all that jazz. Check it out in the link below. But yeah, guys, basically that is my coding story, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is me and my coding story, and yes, black girls do code. It's a thing. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, comment down below. I love y'all comments right there. Share this video, please, and subscribe. Remember, black girls do code. It's a thing. We rock. Put a hashtag on that. Don't forget my throat. Bye.